Welcome back. EEZEE Podcast Studio here in Palm Beach, BCA Show Business Club Aruba. As always, with the great presenters, Ari, Davide Bugatti is in the house.
Back on track, as
Thank
every
you,
Monday.
Thank you. We are here again, brother.
Yeah.
And you know what? What I wanted to say is, first of all, there is a lot to talk about. But this time around, I want to make it a little bit of fun and a lot more valuable.
You have been very serious lately. Yeah.
We have been very serious. Yeah. We actually went down deep a little bit into the conversations, and those conversations they're out there. Mindset, finding your way around, bringing something from inside of you out. It's really deep.
Purposeful. Purposeful activities, and not just related to margin, but to create and give something to the client, to the people, to the community.
Yes, this is the value that we want to provide.
Yeah.
But I'm going to tell you what. You have vast experience in business. And I've been going through the motions here on the island, investing, business, everything that is oriented to that. But you know what? I want us to do a podcast about guidance, business guidance, investments guidance, do's and don'ts maybe. Tell a story or two. And I do have a great one. Stay tuned. I have a great one.
Looking forward to hear it.
And this is going to be a bit of a monologue, but I'm going to dish it out. I think you know a little bit of bits and pieces, but I'm going to dish it out so we can educate everybody on how to do it right and what to avoid. So,
good one.
Do you want to say anything before I start blasting?
Since I was not really, you kept me by surprise by the topic, I would like to put myself in the shoes of the listener. What do you mean with guidance?
Yes. There is so the ambition or the drive in each and every one of us to invest money in order to produce money or to make something out of ourselves and generate income. It comes with a lot of motivation, comes with a little bit of greed. But if you lack the guidance, you're going to spend your money. You're going to go through the long process, get beat up a little bit along the way. Most of the time, you will not be successful. Yeah. Sometimes when you have luck on your side, you might, but Lady Fortuna is not really available all the time. And I see and I feel for myself a lot of investment that went sour.
Yeah.
So guidance is listen to this story, learn what not to do. And if you ever need guidance, support, business advice, friendly or professional, just reach out to us, to BCA. Reach out to me and Davide. We'll help you.
Very good point, because before I let you start with your monologue, that I would like to hear where you go. And this is what I always, when I have a enrollment conversation with someone that wants to enroll in my coaching space, they're also always on the fence for some kind of reason. I don't dig now in the reasons, because there are different reasons that are mostly related to their belief system. But I always say to them, you want to gain some weight, you want to make a muscle, you go to the gym, you hire a personal trainer. Hiring a personal trainer on the gym, no brainer, it's fine. You want to understand what to put in your body when you eat, you go to someone that make a consultation about what you need to eat.
Yep.
No problem, I do it. You have problem with your relationship, you go to therapy, you try to figure it out, no brainer, I do it. But why, when it's about business and mindset and growth, you want to do it all by yourself?
Crazy. You
want to spend money all by yourself. You have that kind of entrepreneurial pride that allow you to waste a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of sleepless night, when you could leverage the blood and tears and the experience of someone else that can allow you to speed the process, save a lot of money, and of course, you just invest in that relationship in order for you to grow. And there is still a lot of taboo there, and I really don't understand why.
I'll tell you why. I have the answers.
Perfect.
First of all, it comes from ego. This is one thing. It's a big challenge to take advice from another man. When you get to a certain age in life and you get to a certain experience, you want to feel that you are making good judgments. And you want to feel that you are doing the steps and you're positive in your way that why would I ask somebody else? I see it. I see it in front of me. I see clearly the whole picture. So ego, it kind of plays a role. Second thing, people don't want you to deter them from their passion to do it. If you go to a business advisor or consultant or CPA or anybody and you tell them, listen, I'm about to invest $50,000 in this business, what do you think? If they're coming to you, sometimes their heart and want is already there. If they did that process with a business advisor, they're smart. They're smart because you need another brain to look at it from an outside perspective, right? Not emotional.
Brainstorming is very important to have someone
very important.
outside your friendship or family. You need to have someone that doesn't know you, but see just the objective perspective of business.
Yes.
And has experience.
Yes. And when you do that, you are actually putting something between you and the deal that would protect your interest. Mm-hmm. And you need that. I could have saved $250,000 if I put somebody between me and my passion to invest.
100%.
100%.
I always believe in a personal development with coaches. So, I never been, I always decided that's the moment to go invest in myself. But that's my mind since I was a kid. So, but I understand the ego part and
we're going to touch it because when you went to do the light or the advertising or anything else, I am not sure you went to a consultant, a business consultant. You just said, that's a good idea. It's manageable. I can create it. Let me do it. I'm pretty sure you tracked without.
Oh, no, of course, many times.
Many times.
But I wasn't that. I wasn't that positive.
You know what? It happened.
But every time that I work with someone, the guidance allowed me to really, really step into that success picture that you have about the business.
Bro, do I have a story for you? Do I have a story for you? Because it's actually exactly what we're talking about right now. You have to swallow your pride, swallow your emotions. A moment before you transfer money, just go and talk to somebody and listen to this. And just to give you an answer on your question, because it's like multi-layered, but I think sometimes at that point of investing, in your mind, you search for the person to consult with and you don't always have them.
Yes, but there is also another side of the coin, flip of the coin, that when you are ready, the mentor always show up.
Yeah.
Always. And in the algorithm era, when you start to really go, the algorithm start to give you some feedbacks about, hey, this guy is starting to do this. They started to build a funnel. No, I want to do it all by myself. Funnel consulting, funnel marketing. I want to start to make content creation, ebook, how to make content. No, I want to do it by myself. Yeah. So the algorithm works pretty fine. When you're ready, just about you decide, you want to know what. Either you decide from the beginning or when you can't take it anymore. So you know what, now I think it's time that I start to work with someone that allow me. If you don't kill the energy and the motivation that you had from the first moment.
Yeah.
Sometimes the motivation is gone, you don't even want to continue.
Crazy. Yeah. If I could put $1,000, $2,000 and save 20, 100, 150, it's a no-brainer.
It's a no-brainer. Exactly.
It's a no-brainer.
Exactly.
I'm gonna
sleeping better at night, waking up more energized.
Yes, I'm going to tell you the story. It happened to me a few days ago, maybe about a week ago, but it happened on the island. I went through that process too, so I kind of have the emotion attachment to it. Why did it happen? How did it happen to you? A good friend of mine. I was approached just a week ago, a week and a half ago, maybe by a friend. Hey, Ari, how are you? Are you available for investment? I want to offer you something amazing. I'm in it. Let's do it. So yeah, of course. I'm always
listen, of course.
Always open to the conversation. It's somebody that I see almost twice, 3 times a week. We chill out a little bit. It's really a good guy. And he came to me, but he's local, right? And he came to me to my house, and we sat down and talked. And the delivery of the idea was really not formed. It was, hey, this is what we're looking to do.
Confusion.
Yeah, this is what we're looking to do. We want to do, let's say, a concert. The concert is going to happen around that month. I'm already in. We have that singer and that singer. We have this location and that location. And yeah, we need like $50,000. So, and I'm looking at him and I'm like, okay, this is like really not even half baked. Okay, what paperwork do you have? And the minute he popped up the papers from his briefcase or from his bag, my heart just told me something.
Your gut.
My gut. And he handed me the paper, and I'm looking at it. It's like regular papers that you can print out from like Google. Hey, I'm investing in this concert, and he just prints out. He just printed out, and some signatures on the bottom. Everything is like folded, and I'm like, okay, brother. First of all, you're not business oriented, right? And he says, no, not that much. Okay, how much are you invested? And I don't think he wanted to tell me because he said, why? What do you feel? And I said, listen, I am all for it. I'm all for the culture of Aruba. I want to do some concerts. I want to do, I'm talking to Davide about the floor the dance floor is a place to
cultivate, to create.
So I'm all about the music, the excitement, and if you can get
the experience,
if you can get singers and bring 2,000-3,000 people, that's amazing. Let's do it. But tell me about it. He started telling me about it, and I'm shocked. I'm cloying, bro, cloying. I was like shocked. I'm like, okay, so
he thought it would be easier.
At the end of the conversation, which was an hour in my house, I told them, and I knew in my heart I cannot do that. I cannot step into that investment. But I could not let him be there. I could not let him stay there, unknowing that whatever he's in is a pile of, and it's not really it's an idea, but it formed as an idea, but it turned to be, I'm sorry to say, a scam.
A scam, BS.
A BS. And I told him, okay, I'm in. I want to hear about it. Can you bring the people that you're related to that brought you into this idea?
You wanted to really have fun. I went really.
And that was fun.
Yeah.
That was fun. I set up the next day meeting with him, and then he brought the guy that brought him into this. And then he brought the guy that brought him into this concept.
Mm-hmm.
So we sat here in the studio, and we start jamming. We start talking. Hey, I'm excited about the idea. Let me show you. This is my guy. If I'm investing, I'm a little bit more business oriented. So let me ask you a few questions. And brother, I drilled him for 15 minutes from the start to the end. How did this idea came up? Who came up with the idea? What did you do first step? How did you close location? Who did the business plan? Who did the deal? Who's your CPA? Who's your nutrition?
And I heard that you recorded that too.
I recorded everything because the studio is full of recording all the time.
It's a place.
And I didn't know we would go that way, but I'm telling you, I was shocked because at the end of the day, at the end of the conversation, I looked at that guy and I told him, you have to come clean. And he didn't know how to swallow it. I looked him in the eyes and I told him, you have to come clean. My boy is sitting next to you. He's in for $65,000. How did you get $65,000 with nothing from you to him?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Just a handshake.
A crazy, crazy idea. And I asked him, who's the singer? Oh, the singer is in Colombia. And okay, how did you pay?
Was the singer? Was a big name, huh?
Yeah, big names. One big name.
I mean, you could invent anyone, but yeah.
I cannot even say her name, but she's a big name. I saw the follower. She has like 30 million on Facebook or something, or Instagram. Carol, whatever.
Carol G. Yes,
yeah, Carol G. That was one of the names that he dropped. And then another guy was another name, but it was an older gentleman that sings for a long time. I'm like thinking Julio Iglesias because I love him. But apparently that's
those are the people, exactly.
That's time.
Exactly.
But my guy paid the deposits for the singers, which they charge like $60,000 or whatever the prices he gave him. They charge $60,000 and they want 20% deposit. I'm like, and I'm looking at him. How did you give $20,000 deposit when you don't even have a venue?
Exactly. Not even a name.
Not even a name. Not even a company. Not even a contract. Everything. Start paying deposits. And then when I drilled that guy, he said, "Yeah, I took $10,000 to Colombia, and I was supposed to pay them cash, and I stayed in the hotel because I was sick. And then I sent somebody with the money to pay them. And then I knew, bro.
It was like
bro.
The brain was starting to.
Bro. And my guy looked at him like he's about to jump on him from the table. He was about to jump on him.
He was kicking him under the table.
He wasn't kicking. He was shocked. He's a good guy, good heart. He wanted to make it happen. Greedy or not greedy, doesn't matter.
The other one,
my boy.
The local, yeah.
And he looked at him and he was like,
so are you saying that this guy, your local friend, realized about the scam only here with you in that moment?
Here with me for the first time in front of me.
It was not a partner in crime.
Bro,
it was not an accomplice.
He wasn't aware what happened.
He never dropped the question the way you did.
Never dropped the question. He never looked at the paperwork. He always trusted, gave money. And here, he realized it for the first time. Here, when we finished and he went out, the other guy went out, he stayed in, my friend, and he said, first of all, I'm sorry that I brought you and I wanted to bring you in with your money to something like that. I was thinking that was so solid. And the second thing, I can't believe how you drilled him and how you got everything out of him. And he almost admitted, my guy is knee deep in debt. He borrowed money from friends, from his girlfriend. He sold his car. He doesn't have a car. He took everything out to give that guy.
Just to be partner in this.
And that guy had probably a deal with the girl in Colombia, and they ran this thing, and they took the money, they split, whatever they did. But it just calls to show, and this is what I wanted to dish out to you. You can't do big investments like that. Guys on the island, please do not run into ventures, projects, investments with big amounts just like that.
And just on the excitement, no?
Excitement. And I'm all for excitement. You're all for excitement.
Yeah. If I tell you, these things is going to bring me to memory. I had a scam of 25 apartments, lands. I'm sitting with the architect, I'm sitting with the bank, I'm sitting with the guy, the numbers were like that, the numbers were all pumped up.
Big money.
And the accounting was also part of to say, no, don't worry, this is because of the last year. So it was suffering because I went in, but at the end, I don't know where these people are. Maybe they have to escape, and I'm here, and I'm still traveling my way. So at the end, I take your suggestion, but the other, if it happened to you that you had been in this situation, just remember to be resilient and continue, and because some people really take a big hit. I don't know if they can come back.
I think luckily for him, luckily for him in that situation, I think the guy that sat with us and started this whole small ice ball and just grew bigger and kind of duped my friend in it. He was a good guy at the end of the day. He was looking at us and says, I made some mistakes. I made mistakes and I want to recover. I want to make it better. But again, it's not a lot of people on the island.
But then it takes from you to recover the whole. Then he has to take from someone else to recover from you.
How can you recover $65,000? It's very hard.
$100,000.
But BCA, Business Club Aruba, and the fact that we're here talking, this is what we're going to talk a little bit about today, and I'm going to dish it out to you. What is your suggestions for somebody on the island that has an idea or an opportunity to invest? Like, what do you think his first steps should be? Obviously, get a business plan.
Yeah.
And get a lawyer behind you or a notary public.
Yeah.
Somebody to...
Even before the lawyer, for example, during my experience here in 15 years, I met a guy called Paul. He's a business consultant. He used to work for Deloitte, he used to work for banks, and now he became private.
I know. Great guy.
Yeah, I don't know if I suggest, but anyway, just the kind of person that I've been sitting with him in university investor meetings, where people come with money, say, okay, we're going to do shares, we're going to invest in business, so it's people that know the reality of the island.
Yeah.
So you know what? You have some money, the first thing, you go to people like that, hey, what kind of business there are for sales?
Right.
Because there are many businesses that are for sale silently. And then you say, okay, what kind of sector? Do you want to stay in restaurant? Do you want to be buy a real estate company, a car business, a service company, accounting firm?
Yeah, there are opportunities.
So it's always depend by how much money you have. You can invest to buy something, or you want to start from scratch.
Yeah.
But always always have someone that like this person that does due diligence on the businesses
Due diligence.
before giving to you, because that what you were doing with this guy at the end, you did due diligence without knowing.
After the fact.
That's why when you have to be the one to invest, you bring someone next to you that does the due diligence in front of you. So you don't hey, you pay 100 florins, say, look, I have a business meeting. They want to propose me a business. Can you come next to me and put down the question that you know that are needed to see if the business is real, is as solid, is existent,
100%.
and you just stay there listening.
100%. And sometimes they can't even ask those questions. I have a feeling that it's not. Sometimes they don't know the right question to ask. But the other thing is they don't want to ask the questions because they don't want to get disappointed.
That's the thing, because what happened with me with the 25 apartments? I was having the money. I wanted to invest.
Yes.
I was having this. I want to get rid of this money.
Motivated.
I want to go in the real estate.
Buyer.
So exactly, I was a motivated buyer. I was a motivated seller. So even if the number weren't right, I lived it. It's crazy. Even if my wife say, "Look, don't try the numbers." Say, "No, the numbers. I know that if I can do this." So there is that excitement.
Yep.
But the accounting that I pay told me, "Look, Davide, for me these numbers are not right." Because their accountant was telling me is good. My accountant saying, I don't think that those numbers will allow you to do what you want to do.
Wow.
But I still wanted to do it. So if I was having someone next to me that was really there in the moment of the conversation, when the excitement was up, when the presentation was there, I will shut up, and this guy will make the question for me.
Yeah.
And now people in the big situation, they always go with their lawyer.
Yeah.
Why? Because they shut up. The lawyer figure it out the thing.
Exactly.
So when you have million to invest, of course you have a lawyer. When we are in the round of our round, 60, 70, 80, whatever, could be even 1, and we have this money that we want to get rid, that's a different mindset than having the money, loving the money, taking care of the money, and don't care about the money. So it's always also about, and allow me to touch maybe a little bit that, the way you have made money out. Because if you have made money in a way, you're very conservative of your money. If you have then made your money in a way that has been like that.
Fast in, fast out.
Yes. That's the rule of money.
Yes. I won't tell you what.
Is it because money is energy?
Yes.
Easy come, easy go.
Yes.
Easy come, easy go.
Yes.
When you do it in another way, you take care, you're very, very picky.
Safe.
And then you start to say, you know what, I'd rather do a 6% than going for the one that gave me the 25, but smell like shit.
That's right. That's right.
So this excites me. This doesn't excite me, but these my money are safe and I sleep good at night.
Yes. At the end of the day, I want to give that value to people by saying, best for you to tag along with somebody, and it should be a business consultant. It should be a friend that is a business oriented. Somebody should ask the hard questions.
Yeah,
and it's very hard to focus on the delivery of an idea or a pitch of a business.
Very important,
because you have to take in so much and then ask and still find your. Because most of us, we're in our mind. We try to trick our mind to make it happen.
Yeah. We go against the sign.
Yeah, it could
we go against this. That's the mind work.
It could be an unbaked idea, but in our mind will form it out.
Yeah.
But my guy, and a lot of people would put money in, and by the time that you put money, you are highly invested.
You're hooked.
That means you are the leading horse. You have to lead that right now.
Yeah.
So don't be in that situation that you're over invested, and take your time before you dump money in. There's plenty of stories like that.
Oof, there was this gold network marketing where you were investing, money, you were buying the gold was coming from US. Karat Bar, I think it was named. I mean, some people maybe at the top they were able, but
that's pyramid schemes.
Yes, I know people that put 12,000, 25,000. They collect family money, and then once the organization collapsed, maybe they still have some kind of value in what they purchased, but the whole system then collapsed, and then.
Do you have in your bank of memory a business that you did consult with somebody and you kind of backtracked because of it, or a business that you went in by yourself?
Damn, man!
Listen,
if I have to be honest, there are more than one that I went in.
It's not.
You're touching a very, very deep. Are wounds that are already healed, but
healed. Wow, that's such a powerful word to use.
Yeah, but but I've been very, very, very naive.
Yeah.
But I learned, and at the end, if I was there, because I was someone that could have invested in that. So I still see the bright side.
Wow.
Because if I was nobody, they wouldn't even think about me to put money.
Yeah.
And I was young, so as some way, it's not an ego thing, but it's just, what I try to say. I was at the table, some kind of conversation. They stole my money, perfect.
Wow.
But I was able to, thanks to that vibe that I have, capacity, whatever, skill, resilience, I was able to come back. But better to be at the table, lose and come back than never be on any table.
100%. 100%. I'm into.
Because it's a success failure that we were talking last time, the numbers game.
Cannot have success without failure, bro.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people can rise up and stand up after a fall.
Yeah.
Luckily for you, your character allowed you to do that.
Yeah. I allow myself, exactly.
Yeah, I have a feeling me and you are with a lack of a better definition, street cats. We always land on our feet. It's like that. You have this brain mentality that allows you to go into these issues, but also step out.
Yeah.
But some people, they do not recover.
That's where you see really people that damage families.
Yes.
And I don't know how they can live with that.
Yes.
Because I will always prefer to be on the part of the one that lose money and come back than the one that needs to hide with some money and doesn't know what to do or run away.
Oh, we didn't even talk about that part. How can somebody do that and still live with himself when he knows that he just took so much money and just
destroy families? Could have destroyed family. I've been taking $40,000 for a guy. Yeah, but if I think about, my God, that was so stupid. But he took money also from the guy up there, from Lebanon. Yeah, he came here with mother. He invited me home. Give me tea, the wife, the kids. But there was nothing. Send me picture of some cars. Hey, I can bring some cars from US. 50% deposit, and send me the document.
You sent him the money?
I'll give him the money cash.
You gave him cash and done? Out?
And he was new in Aruba. Then the guy that I know that is a good guy endorsed him. Yeah, that was the thing. The endorsement. But he didn't know. He was also stolen for bringing some stuff from Venezuela anyway.
That's also.
But yeah, we all learn.
When I looked at the guy and I said, all of the money that you took, you probably used a little bit for yourself. No, I didn't. That was at the beginning of the conversation. At the end of the conversation, I did the same thing. So now we know that most of the money that you took from him, you used for your personal things. And he's like, yeah, I've done some mistakes. It brought it up. And I was shocked that it happened in 45 minutes of conversation in the studio. I'm like, this is golden. I should probably post that. But you know what?
You can put the sensor, the face with a pixel.
I don't want to, obviously.
Of course. We're not giving names and everything, just about the story.
We're not into that. We're into helping the rest, the next generation, the next people that invest. But this is exactly what we are doing here in the business-oriented life.
Yeah.
It's not always, okay, this is what you do, this is what I do. Hey, let's tell stories. Let's tell crazy stories. And I've got a few more. I don't want to start with Lady Black and sail away, the company that everybody knows on the island.
Yeah.
I don't want to start with that. But it's crazy stories. Yeah. So when you come to the Caribbean, you have to be a pirate.
You need to arrive like that.
You have to be a pirate. But when you do business, you have to use your brains. Yeah. And you have to protect your interest and protect your surroundings. So reach out if you have a question. Maybe somebody would post up. Maybe somebody will reach out to our studio and say, hey, you know what, guys? I want to talk to you.
Maybe someone has already a story like that, and they want to share and have someone else.
We will host them 100%. If we want to hear the stories, we want to hear to protect others.
Yeah.
And we want to help you if you're in the way to do something like that.
Yeah.
So we can protect you. Davide, me and you are going to put the karate shoe.
I didn't have nobody protecting me, but I really resonate with this. What you say, that when you are in that conversation, you really want to invest. You hope that it's a good one.
Yes.
So all the red lights, you don't see them. That's why you need another one that they won't invest.
100%.
That see the things that you don't see, because you really want to go in. You want to put this money to work.
100%.
You want to do these things that excite you, even if it's a scam. And the other person said, no, look at this. And I was having a wife that was doing this, but wife is not the consultant.
Yes, the wife.
Because the mind is saying, no, you don't know what you're talking about. But she was right.
Luckily for you, you still have a business-oriented wife, and she knows business.
Yeah.
She's very sharp.
She read signs. The way you move, the way when you have a pitch, you're confident, and it's proposed like, look, this is an opportunity for you.
Yeah.
It's for you. Don't invest. I go to another. When you are already seeking funds because those funds allow you to make it happen, that's already. It's very difficult business like that, because at some point the other person, you're letting someone else manage your money. You don't know what is happening. Right. But if it's like, hey, this is happening, you put this part, and this we have an organization together. That's where mostly is likely to create something about.
I love it. When you
understand, it's different, no?
Of course. You say together, you say network, you say us. I love it. When I got to the island, all I wanted to do is create an entrepreneur hub. Bring those people that have ideas and try to help them form it into a business.
I remember that.
And this is maybe something that we can just put it out there. At the end of the day, you and me, we can consult a lot of young entrepreneurs. So anybody with an idea, anybody that has a vision, that wants to do something, I think our next podcast should be on how to raise money, how to get investment, how to get in front of investors and say the right thing. What's the mindset that you have to have when you reach out to money? So hard.
Hard, but remember, monies are always search for way to expand. So when you become the person that is investable, that's the first thing you need to think about.
Attraction.
Am I becoming a person that deserves money, investors, and investment to come to me?
Yeah.
If you are on the one that have a pitch, that have an idea.
Yeah.
So you know how to build a pitch, how to build some kind of trust. On the other end, there is also when you have money, and that today we touch this mostly, decided that you are the person that is pitched to get the money out, how to protect yourself, to read the signs, try to be very objective and not let the mind interfere with the judgment that you want to do something about it, and maybe bring someone that has more experience, can be a consultant or a lawyer, if you have a friend's lawyer, that can see the paperwork with more effectiveness.
Yes. I would take this opportunity to thank you for participating in our podcast.
Good topic. Thank you for reminding me the things, for hurting me again, for opening a little bit and see that I'm okay now. I'm okay. But I've been 2021 has been hard.
Wow.
Yeah.
But that was a hard year, the Corona time.
No, but I invested all my money in 2019.
Oh, right at that edge. Also a bad move to invest.
In 25 apartments.
Also a bad
with
move.
the hope in 2020. Look at it. But look, it's just a brief. So looking back, everything needed to happen like that.
Yeah.
It was meaning to happen like that. I invested everything in February 2019 with the idea in March 2020. With 1 year management, the banker will give me more money on the equity to build a whole second floor with a view on the sea. So I was increasing the value of the property. I was increasing my equity. The bank was happy that the asset was stronger. March 2020.
Oh, it tanked.
Yeah.
And that brought a world of pain on you.
A world of pain because I lost the money, but I started to see with more time and not working anymore because working, I couldn't see. I saw all the people in the situation, and there was something, not about that they knew what was happening, but about the property. But then the end, COVID allowed me to lose it. Yeah. Otherwise, I would be still there going crazy to something that is not purposeful. It's not meant to be for me. But I lost all my equity. I sold it at the value of the mortgage. So at least I clean everything. I break even with the bank. But I remember that I've been very, very, very business oriented and resilient, because I went to the bank and I asked 50,000. I mean, I don't think that this is a delicate. It's 10 years ago, 5 years ago. I asked, hey, you're taking all my money. I lost everything. Give me 50K that I can start back. Up. And then I went to the buyer and said, look, man, you're buying this property at 70%, at 30% discount. You're 65 years old. I mean, so you know what? You remind me when I was your age, and okay, I'm gonna give you 50,000. So I was having 100,000 florin, and I reinvested everything in my car business.
Wow.
If I would doubt myself to have the balls to go to the bank and go to the buyer with a pitch that will let them understand what was happening.
That's crazy.
But also what was happening to me, but also what they were happening to them, because the bank took 1 year of interest. She got all her money. She got another mortgage opening. So the bank always win it. It's okay.
Don't worry about the banks.
The guy bought a property at a very discounted price. And but I remember still in one of the apartments of the complex, I had an apartment, and he said, you know what? So that amount, at least I was able to start back.
Yeah.
But that was just for 2 meetings.
Yeah.
The capacity to stay focused and say, you know what, I have nothing to lose. They tell me no, fuck you, fine. But it went good, so I was able to come back, and I slowly recovered a little bit of the loss and being able to.
For a minute, don't even think that your path was wrong. It was amazingly right. Timing just messed you up. Timing and that. And this is sorry. The corona. I don't want to even go.
Forget
I don't even go.
I cannot imagine other people what happened.
This was one of the biggest psyops. But the timing that it came and it messed you up. It didn't mess your brilliant way that you were in a totally different place if corona wasn't there.
Absolutely.
You did amazing. So.
Absolutely. And during corona, I lost that. I say, you know what? Now I'm gonna define. I lost everything. I do myself music and coaching, mindset business, spiritual business. That's where I am right now. Of course, I have my business, supporting my family, but my energy and my devotion is going towards these 2 things. And
good.
Let's see where it's
because it brings me back to my gratefulness about you participating in the podcast seminar of EEZEE, EEZEE Studio. Thank you very much. The students love mindset class.
You ask it? You ask them at the end?
Of course. Mindset was amazingly accepted. And I was thinking that next phase for us, we should bring people on BCA for mindset and business-oriented workshops. And we can run workshops in the studio and mentor the new entrepreneurs of this island how to do it right.
That's a good one.
Yes.
That's a good. We could leverage the podcast to bring them together around this table and say, okay, you are good in this, you are good in this, you're good in this, you're good in this, you're good in this. What can we bring as service that we can really bring someone from 0 to 10, from 6 to 10, wherever they are in less time.
I'm more hands-on. So I'm like, if you're sitting in front of a class and I saw you, the way you deliver and they love you and that energy and you talk, everything is on the macro, maybe. I'm more in the micro. I'm going to ask the guy, hey, what do you do? What is your vision? What's your strategy? Tell me everything about your idea. And we want to make sure that we take that idea and help him develop it in his mind with our suggestions, with our guidance, even if we don't take a part of it. We just mentor them. This is where we want to be, because if we create that network, and we bring 4, 5, 6 successful businesses here, we are doing so good in this.
There is companies that are doing this, but they're very dinosaurs. No, they're dinosaurs.
We're gang.
They're dinosaurs. Boom. This is the thing. Boom. Go enjoy.
Yeah.
I
don't see a lot of kids here, and I know a little bit 20 to 30s. I don't see them really going into big companies, consultant, dressed nice, briefcase, sitting down, meeting.
No, there is not.
They want to talk like friends.
Yeah. I think that's a super powerful idea, and allow them also to. Be more relaxed while they're doing this, because if you know that you're going directly to a bank or to an investor or to a university meeting.
We're in the stop before. You should stop here before you go to the bank, the investors, the business development.
Yeah, very good idea. Here we are.
Man, it is growing. It's growing. Small, it's growing.
Yeah, of
next
course.
Story, if you have interesting one, share with us. I'm going to put a title on the next podcast. Stay tuned. Explosive story. But I have another one for next time if we need to do that.
Okay, sounds good.
So thank you for being.
My pleasure to be invited again.
Thank you very much. Next time, bring us. I have my pirate one.
This time I'm gonna put in my note because you told me that I shouldn't bring, but I said, well, what was the context of the mask? Why should I bring a mask? I'm gonna have it.
One of the best times that I have with you is jamming like that.
Yeah,
Gets
I love
easier.
it. I love it. I love it too.
Alrighty, bro. Bless.
Bless. Bye bye.